Hey guys, it is 3 years and 4 months on testosterone, the 13th of this month. I'm a little late. I've been busy painting the trim on my mother's house, and I finished that, but I am now doing the exterior door frames and doors. So I took a break today. She had to go to the doctor, so I took her to the doctor and took a break today. So anyway, I'll start with hair. I've noticed that my hair on this arm is coming in and meeting, the two sides are meeting a lot thicker. I doubt if you guys can see it on the camera. This arm I've got electrolysis going on, so you really, there's nothing to really show. She's missed a few spots. I think this dark shadow is a spot, but she'll get to it. I've got 11 hours in of electrolysis already. I have to commute out of town for that, so it's like an 8-hour day depending on how many hours. I booked for 2, but she gets cancellation, so she'll keep going on me. I can handle it. I don't need any numbing cream. It's all good for me. So that being said, we'll talk about GRS at a later time. I've got some update info, not real, it's just info that I want to document, so we'll do that later. I'll do my top reveal here in next week or the beginning of the following week. May 2nd, I think it is my 3 years. I said 4 years last time, but it's 3 years since I've had surgery. I don't want to do the reveal early because I'm using a new oil. It's not new, but I'm using it, and so I want to show the changes since I've been using it. So anyway, finished with hair. Talked about my arm. My mustache is starting to come down and meet. Both of them are meeting. For the goatee, I'll quit shaving here, and it's meeting up in the middle with the soul patch. And my eyebrows are actually thicker. You can't see them, but there's a lot of hair. I don't know if you can see it in the camera there. I have a lot of new hair in here. I was looking at Ryan Salas. He just did a 10-year documentary putting everything together. And if you look at his pictures that he snaps, if you look at the eyebrows, he goes through a lot of changes, a lot of shapes in the eyebrows alone. Of course, his face changes a lot, but I've noticed the eyebrows were changing a lot too. So hopefully they'll get thicker on me. My nephew had eyebrows that only went halfway. He's going to be 24 in the next week or so, and he's finally kind of got some going down here, but they're very light, so it might just be an eyebrow thing in the family. Who knows? My leg hair is still coming in. I'm not real burly in the leg. Down towards my calves, or from my calves to my ankles, it's bald basically. I think that when I wear socks it rubs it off, but I've seen other guys like that too. In fact, I pointed out to Tony, my wife, that I showed a guy that was like me, and she said, yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. And I said, oh, okay, so I won't trip on it. But anyway, thighs, butt cheeks, back, shoulders, I still got a lot of new growth coming in. But my beard is filling in too. I don't let it grow out. I like the clean shave, as I've said, the clean look. My head hair is still falling out at times, but my hairdresser said that I've got a lot of new growth on the scalp, so it's just probably going to be that way. It falls out, and actually, not to blame anything, but I have Hashimoto's, which is hypothyroidism, and you lose hair with that too, so who knows? It may not all be about transition. Muscles, I have not been able to work out. Well, I have not worked out in probably a month and a week now. 3 weeks of that was I've had a really bad hard time with my disability medical issue. And then once I started feeling better from that, I had told my mom I would paint the trim on our house, and I wanted to do that before it got real hot here. So I've been out for just a little over a month now. But what happens is I haven't lost any muscle mass, and I still do some push-ups when I'm walking, and I'll do push-ups off of the bathroom counter. I'll do them off my spall, and so I'm still keeping the muscles a little bit toned with that. I'm going to go back though as soon as I finish all the mom do's that I have on a list, and then we'll go from there. But I do notice when I'm in the front of the mirror and I have a shirt off that all the little movements I do, the pecs really show up. I mean, my pecs are pretty good, so yeah, you can see them in even the shirt when I squeeze them. So that's pretty good. That's cool. My deltoids, these really show from painting, overall. I have a lot of fat still to break down because my bicep muscle is pretty big. But anyway, it'll get there. Hopefully maybe by time, well, no, I only doing that in a week and a half, but we'll get there. It's all good. Emotions. I go to a group meeting once a week, and I have stated at a few different times how every once in a while when I get mad at myself or something, I'll call myself by my birth name. It just pops up, and it freaks me out, thinking, oh my God, why do I do that? And I try to overanalyze it. I think it's just because that's who I was for 50 years. I've been trying to make a habit of calling myself by my name, my given name, the name I gave myself, Ethan. I don't have a problem answering to people when they say Jay in my family. That's what they call me. I don't have a problem. I don't have a name issue. It's just once in a while when I get mad at myself, I'll say, dadgummit, and I'll say my birth name. I'm like, what the heck? And so I've shared that in my meetings, and people found that interesting. No one ever said they did it. So if you guys have done it, let me know so I don't feel all alone in this world. But, a lot of guys say life just goes on and just mingling into life, and it's true. But, there are little things that we deal with every day that we don't think about telling on these documentaries because we forget about them. They're so minute, but yet they're a part of our transition. And number one is like me calling myself my birth name. Number two is like there's times when I'm in the store or I'm driving or whatever, and I'll sit and it'll come across me that I'll never be a biological male. It's not a derogatory thought. It's not a thought that I'm depressed and, oh, woe is me, I'll never be. That's not what it's about. It's just something that reminds me, or something I look at, maybe a biological male, and I just have that thought process. I accept that thought, and then I move forward. Look, I'm a very optimistic person, and so when I've had things happen to me or when things are negative around me, I may take that moment in for that moment, try to understand it, recognize it, but then I push forward. I don't waller in self-pity. I'm not a victim. Yes, things have happened to me. I got hurt at 45 years of age, and the injury I have, I cannot sit very long, I cannot walk very long, I cannot run, and so I'm pretty much, I'm done as far as work is concerned. But I don't sit and feel sorry for myself. In fact, I'm totally opposite. I get moving, I pay the price later. Well, that's why I'm in a recliner for 50+% of my time, awake time. But I just keep pushing forward, and sometimes I overdo it, and sometimes I have to take a pain pill, and sometimes I have to put the cream on my feet that is an anti-inflammatory. But I'm just not a kind of person that takes a lot of time when things pop up that can be negative or remind me of things. For example, I don't know if you guys have felt this. I will go back and review some of my videos. And it's very hard for me to look at my beginning videos because it's sad. It reminds me of the person who was sad. And I'm so happy now that I've had this opportunity. And so I don't like to focus too much on the sadness that I carried for so many years. Suppressed. I mean, transgender people are a lot different than gays and lesbians, bisexuals, queers. Sorry about that. We have never felt comfortable in our own physical body. And that doesn't even include sexual orientation, where some people transition and all of a sudden their sexual orientation is different than when they started out. But so our walk is so unique. Keisha, Aspen, I'm so sorry. It's so unique and it's so different, and no one could ever put themselves in our shoes. So, you know, I take that moment and I review some videos, and I'm just thankful that I'm not living as that person anymore. That I'm not invisible to people anymore. I've always felt invisible. I've always tried to overcompensate for that invisibility. So now I'm just, and I think that's where people say they've come into their own, and documenting stuff. A lot of people don't feel that it's they don't feel a need to document or continue to document, but I am going to continue to document because, number one, emotions, things happen every day that trigger something about our transition, whether it's good or bad or just a thought. It still is something that happens. And this is an opportunity to document your journey anyway. You know, but people are always searching for an answer. And that's why I documented this in the first place, because I was searching for an answer. I was looking for other people who I can understand, who I can relate to. And because there wasn't a whole lot of older guys, that's why I decided to do it myself, you know, so someone else could find me. I really hope the younger guys, the younger generations, are really feel gratitude for how open it is now, how people are recognizing things now, the changes, how people are different. Gender identity is no longer a mental disorder, those kind of things. Obama administration has really paved the way for transgender people in the armed forces, in insurances, saying it's a medical necessity that we have these surgeries if that's what's our journey to do. So I am so thankful. I'm just so thankful, and I will continue to document, and I will continue to talk to you guys, and hopefully a few guys will still stay with me and watch me, but if not, I'll look back on my videos and I'll talk to myself, and I'll realize how far I was, or how far I've come, or where I was, and where I'm at now. So that's all about this documentation. So guys, don't be a victim. Think of your journey as a unique one. Make good choices for yourself. Don't feed into the negative. If other people are purposely not pronouncing you correctly, do not let them absorb your life. Don't let them control your emotions. Step back and decide how much room you're going to give them in your life, much attention. Kick them out for a while. If it's family, just stay away for a while. Get it together. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I deserve to be whole. Whichever that means to you. Medical transition, emotional transition, mental transition, or just recognizing where you're at in life, and always try to go forward and be positive. Make your life positive, because that will attract positive people. All right, guys. Take it one day at a time and always make your journey as simple as possible. We'll talk to you later. Bye.